You may have heard that Le Ballets Trockadero de Monte Carlo, or as a lot of people call it, the Trocks, are coming to St. Louis. That's right, Dance St. Louis is presenting the Trocks on Saturday, April 16th at the Touhill Performing Arts Center. And the company has an incredible history and global following. It is my pleasure to be joined today by the Trocks' Ugo Cirri, who has been with the company since 2019. We're going to learn a little bit about the company, a little bit about him, and what you can expect at the show. Hi, Ugo. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. Everyone is excited that Dance St. Louis is presenting the Trocks on April 16th. Even the Sydney Star Observer said the Trocks are a guaranteed riot for people who know nothing about ballet, and it's an absolute must for those who think they know the originals. But for those who aren't familiar with the company or the show, tell us a little bit more about what audiences can expect when they come to the performance.
I think they worded it really well. I think it's right that if you do know about ballet, you will have a good time at the show because you're going to get a lot of little details and a lot of little jokes that we've put in there that are funny as dancers who've been in the studio or who have been in rehearsals. And then at the same time, there are people who don't know as much about ballet who will have a good time because there are also the obvious jokes and the fact that we are all men on point, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I would think that would be such a challenge for you, but I want to know a few little things. Like, let's get to it. Tell me a little bit about the makeup, the wigs, the costumes, the tutu, being on point. Yeah. How long does all that take you to get ready and get in costume? And, you know, what would you think is your hardest aspect of getting ready for a performance?
We usually get an hour and a half to get into makeup, wig, costume, and all the shablam together. That is a short time, so you are rushed with an hour and a half. Makeup, I would say, is the hardest, just because at the beginning, when you don't have any kind of, if you haven't trained in doing makeup for your face, you don't really know what's going to look good. And so ballet is already hard enough. When you've put on an ugly face and you're going on stage looking busted, that's hard, you know, like mentally, to feel pretty and to give it a good show. So I've gotten better with my makeup. I think now I can probably do it in 45 minutes, an hour. And then that gives me enough time to do the wig too. But it's hard to do a bun with a wig because it's not your real hair. It's not attached. So there are a lot of challenges that you don't imagine going into it. Yeah, I would say the makeup is the hardest, and it's a work in progress. And we say at Trockadero that you need the right makeup because cover girl doesn't cover boy.
That's so true. In fact, I think I saw a clip interview with you about how I think the first time you had to do something with full makeup, like you and your mom went to like the pharmacy and you got like the basic stuff, and you know, like you go on stage, and then all of a sudden your face is on your décolleté.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I hope you've progressed since then.
Yes, I have.
That's so cool. So, you know, with that said, in ballet, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. You know, you are performing a character and a role. And for you specifically, you have to kind of layer that on top of each other. You have to have this character in your head that the organization or the company has created, but then that character also has to transcend into the role of the performance. Can you tell me a little bit about your two main characters, Minnie Van Driver and the dancer Willem Vanilla?
Yes. Yeah, I'm Minnie Van Driver when I'm a woman, and I'm Willem Vanilla when I'm a boy. I think these are things that these names are more names that are funny, and we have the bio in the program. I think it's more important for the program and for the beginning of the show announcement. For example, there will be changes in this evening's program. Minnie Van Driver will do this role, and that usually always gets a laugh because these are funny names. Personally, I give more importance to the role that I'm going to be doing. So recently, I performed the lead role in Walpurgisnacht, which is the Bacchante, which is a priestess of Bacchus, the wine god, and the whole ballet is basically an orgy, if you will. And so for me, it was important to have that character of that goddess who's coming on that stage, who looks like a trophy, who's very beautiful. I was thinking about mini event driver a little bit less in that moment. But it's true that it's important to keep those ideas in mind as well. For example, Willem Vanilla, in the bio, it says that he's very boring and that he doesn't understand anything about Russian ballet. So I guess I should be thinking about incorporating that a little bit more into the role as well. Yes, you're making me realize.
Now, within a performance, do you switch roles from Minnie to William, or do you stay one?
It can happen. It can happen that you do. So for those of you who will come and watch the show, you'll see that the ballet is made in 3 different acts. So we'll have a first act, which will be 1 ballet, and then a second act, which will be 3 or 2 shorter ballets, and then a third act, which will be another act of a different ballet. So depending on what evening you're doing, what program, you might have to do a roll on points and be mini van driver in the first act, Willem Vanilla in the second act, and then mini van driver again in the third act. That can happen, yes.
And I understand there's many international cultures that all come together to perform these performances. And you're specifically from Switzerland, but what is something from one of your castmates or maybe some of the people you work with that are not from Switzerland that became like you found something new out about a person's culture?
I've been in boarding schools, ballet boarding schools, since I was 15. So I came to America when I was 15, and I've been with international people all around. I think more often than not, you don't discover a different culture, but we all come together and agree on the universal language that is ballet. I think that usually is what transcends more than our differences.
That's so beautiful to hear, because in reality, I, as an artistic person myself, I really always say that the arts are the universal language. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you are, it transcends everyone. So I appreciate that comment on that. I don't know what you know about St. Louis, but we're known for the big arch in our city. Yes. We're the gateway to the West. And with that said, I wanted to ask you just some things about St. Louis, even though you don't know about it, so that I can make sure that you're welcome here and you get to experience all that we have. We really support the arts here amazingly. We have a great dance community. We have a great theater community. But you know, there's some unique things in every city. So I wanted to find out from you, like, have you ever heard of a food product called toasted ravioli?
No, I have not.
Okay. Order toasted rav for Cass. Okay. Have you ever had a food product called frozen yogurt or frozen custard?
Frozen custard? No, I don't think.
Okay. Ted Drews needs to be on the list. Do you ever listen to the musician Nelly?
Yes.
Oh, good. You know, he's from right here.
Really?
Yeah. He shot Country Grammar, his first video, right here in St. Louis, which is great.
Cool.
He's a Saint Lunatic, as we like to call him. And then some other aspects, like, I just want to know, who's your favorite pop star today?
My favorite pop star today? Oh, probably Doja Cat right now.
Very good, very good. Yeah. That always, yes. You know, since you are so international, what would you say is your most favorite vacation spot?
I think the one I've enjoyed the most, but I think it's also about the people that you're with. I was with a great friend. We went to Costa Rica last year for New Year's, and I'm really into fauna and flora, seeing a lot of animals and stuff like that. You know, I'm not bothered if there's a frog in the bathroom in the hotel. So I would say Costa Rica. That was the best vacation I've done. Yeah.
It is so great. Their beaches are so cool because it's like that darker sand with the rocks and you can climb on it. It's a great place.
Yeah, amazing.
You know, I really thank you so much for your time today. And we are looking forward to seeing you guys here in St. Louis. And, you know, with the gender bending ballet, which will rock the town, I'm so sure. So thank you so much. And, you know, safe travels here as well.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
No problem. Don't forget, Dance St. Louis presents the Ballets Trockadero de Monte Carlo on Saturday, April 16th at 7:30 p.m. at the Touhill Performing Arts Center. For more information on the show and for tickets, go to dancestlouis.org or metrotix.com.